Hello. So, as promised, this is the question 3 of the final tutorial. So, I didn't manage to clear this with some of our students in the last my class. So, I mentioned to them that I will do a video on that. And so here it is. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, the first thing you want to remember to do is we do the obvious numbers. So this will be state number 1. This will be state 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So these are the obvious numbers. And the next thing is we would draw the state diagram. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we just have 3 steps to remember. But to be frank, these 3 steps they're actually very simple steps. But the thing is, it can get a little bit confusing at times. And you have to follow these steps really very religiously. Else, it's very easy to make mistakes along the way. Okay, so okay, let's go on with it. So the first step is trivial. So 0 to 1 is A, and this is B. And so we can update this to state 0. So this is a little bit trivial. We update the value of I over here. We update the value of X to be over here. So if you want to be if you want, you can also update the value of I over here as well for clarity. So now we go on to the next step. The next step is what will happen if from 1 to state 2. This is another A. So if B, what will happen if we see B is we look at state X. What will happen to state X if we see a letter B? If we see letter B at state X, it goes and stays at state 0, and so we can say that this is state 0. So we have completed now our column. So we increment the letter I. And we update X. So update X means what will X be if I were to look at my value at I, which is A. So X will turn out to be over here. So the state of X is updated by 1. Next step, from 2 to 3, this will be a B. What will be my what will be A? What will happen to A? We look at what happens if state X sees the character A. If state X sees the character A, it goes back to itself. So we have this. Now we can update this to 2. We have filled up the column. We update the value of I to the next one. This goes to the next one. Please remember to follow this religiously because it's really easy to make mistakes. And then we update the value of X, which is X. When it sees B, it goes back to state 0. So this is the interesting part. Okay, so next, from state 3 to state 4, this will be another A. So what will happen if I see a B at state X? If I see a B at state X, this would be 0. So this will go back to 0. And so I update my value here. I fill out my column, I update my value of I. The value of I. And now I update my value of x. X seeing state A will go to, rather character A will go to state number 1. Okay. So now we are at the next step. Yes. From 4 to 5, this will be A again. And let's see what will happen if at state X we see the letter B. At state X we see the letter B by my X transition diagram. At X you will go back to state 0, and so this goes back to state 0 once again. So this will be 0. And we have filled up the column, we update the column I, and we update the column I here, the variable I. So as you can see, the algorithm isn't really that tough, but it is just way too easy to make mistakes. Over here, we update the value of A, of X with the value of A. What happened to state X? If it sees the next value of A, it will go to state 2. Okay, so now next, from state 5 to 6, this will again be A. What will happen to if we see the value of B? What will happen to state X if we see the value of B? So this part is actually quite interesting. This is the crux of the algorithm. This goes back to state 3. Because when X sees the character B, it goes to 3. So this will be B. So this will be 3 again. I fill out the column, I update my column I, my column, my update my I, remember my I, sorry, and then I update my X. X will be what will happen if X sees my X sees the variable A, it will stay at state 2. Okay, so we are good. Next, 6 to 7, this will be another A. And what will happen at state X if it sees a B? If it sees a B, this will go to state 3. And so this will also be B. So this is a A. This is A. Yeah. So this will also be a B, which will go to state 3. So this will be 3. And I update my variable I over here. Update my variable I. And then I update my variable X. What will happen to X if I see the character A, it will stay at state 2. Finally, 7 goes to 8 by character B. What will happen to state? What will happen if I see a character A here? It will look at what at state X. What happens if it sees a character A? It will be at state 2. So this will go to state 2. And so this will be updated to 2.